Cats is a comedy fantasy musical from director Tom Hooper and Universal Pictures, an adaptation of the stage musical by Andrew Lloyd Webber, which was in turn based on Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats by poet T.S. Eliot. The film stars Taylor Swift, Idris Elba, Dame Judi Dench, Sir Ian McKellen, Rebel Wilson, James Corden, Jennifer Hudson, Jason Derulo, and newcomer Francesca Hayward. A tribe of cats called the Jellicles must decide yearly which one will ascend to the Heaviside Layer and come back to a new Jellicle life. So growing up as a theater kid, I saw the live production of this thing a few times, and I loved it. And then I got older, and I revisited it, and I was like, yeah, that's not for me. Aside from Memory, which I think is a beautiful, tragic song, most of the numbers just don't work for me, and there's no plot. Enter the movie. Is it as bad as you've heard? I certainly think so. I hated this movie. Having said that, it is not without its merit, so let's start with the good first. As ridiculous as she looks, Dame Judi Dench is great in the film because she's Dame Judi Dench. Same goes for Sir Ian McKellen, who I think is the only person in this flick who realizes just how ridiculous and silly this movie is, and he plays it up. You want me to play a cat? Then I shall play a cat. And he does. Francesca Hayward is a ballerina. She doesn't have a lot of acting credits. I thought she was pretty strong. But the standout of this movie is Jennifer Hudson singing Memory. She's got such pipes. It was so powerful that it actually moved me to tears. And that's all I have to say for the good. Yes, the cat designs have improved infinitesimally since that original trailer, but it doesn't make much of a difference. They're still pretty horrifying to look at with their CGI fur and tails, but they're human faces, hands, and feet. It's the island of Dr. Moreau, except not purposefully extremely unsettling. The uncanny valley is strong with this flick. There is a scene with CGI mice which already look weird, but then they have human child faces, and it's just... Gah. And then there are dancing cockroaches, which look like CGI insect versions of the Rockettes. Nope. Not only are the designs bad, but a lot of the VFX when it comes to the movements of the cats looks pretty rough. And there's a lot of really painfully obvious green screening going on too. And the scale of the cats keeps changing. You know, like the human props are all big to make the cats look small, but then the cats will go to a different place with a different context, and then they look way smaller, like they're probably more the size of a rat. It was weird. I will say that Idris Elba is trying his best in this movie, but his character is so over-the-top cartoonish villainy. He looks ridiculous, and they gave him CGI green eyes, which just really stand out in a really bad way. The movie also has a really disturbing, uncomfortable sexual vibe to it, which brought two words to mind: ew and why. Now, looking at me, it might shock you to learn that I don't know much about dance. I know, weird, right? Were the dance numbers in this movie good? Honestly, it's hard to tell. Yeah, Francesca Hayward is good. I mean, she's a ballerina, and some of her numbers are solos, so we actually get to see what she's doing. But most of the numbers, the camera is cutting quickly like a really bad action fight scene, and it's actually difficult to follow. And none of the humor works in this film. I laughed once, more on that later, but most of the humor is given to James Corden and Rebel Wilson, and it's slapstick in the worst way. It's hackneyed, and it's actually really kind of mean-spirited in that most of the jokes are, hey, it's funny because they're fat. Finally, there is a moment at the end where Judi Dench's character addresses us, the audience, and she literally looks straight into the camera like Deadpool breaking the fourth wall, and I burst out laughing. It was so awkward and weird, and I don't think I was supposed to laugh in that scene. I honestly don't know why anyone thought this movie was a good idea. I don't know how the producers got into post-production and didn't just go, you know what, let's just cut our losses and wash our paws of this. Aside from a couple of good moments and a couple of solid performances, it's creepy, it's uncomfortable, and it's boring. What little plot they tried to inject doesn't work at all. I think if you have reverence for the original stage production, you might get something out of it, but it's so utterly bizarre and not in a fun way. Even if you like the original show, I don't know that this is gonna work for you. I think Cats is one of the worst movies of the year easily, and obviously I'm not recommending it because you know what? Life is difficult enough. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna give Cats, and I think I'm gonna give Cats a out of 10. So now, I wanna know, have you seen Cats? What did you think about it? What is your favorite number in the show? Or what is your favorite movie made out of a live musical? Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. And hey, why not take a second, do me a favor, click subscribe and ring that bell to subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.